Hello everybody, Reggie Time here, and we are playing some 20NL on Poker Bros today. And we'll talk about why I'm doing that in just a moment. Before we do that, we're going to give our very good e-friend Juicenberg a shout out. He is streaming tonight on Twitch TV, twitch.tv/Juicenberg123 from 7 p.m. So if it's 7 p.m. around 7 p.m. on the 11th of October 2021 and you're watching this, stop doing what you're doing. Go and follow the link beneath the video in the description to Juicenberg's channel, and then come back and watch this later. Then you get the best of both worlds. You get two salty old Nick cunts playing mediocre poker and getting cross about it, instead of just one. So yeah, go ahead and watch him and come back and watch this. The reason I'm playing 20NL is because, and the reason I want to talk about this, I guess, is it's brought. There was a discussion in the Sky Discord group this morning, and I didn't read it all fully because it was fucking too early and my head was a bit messed up, because it's just too early. My head was fuzzy, but like the argument between like on a site like Sky trying to play it like a GTO style or an exploitative style, and there was like bits of toing and throwing and this and that, and it's made me realise. Well, this hasn't made me realise because I've realised it for a long time anyway. That I've really messed my game up in the last 3 or 4 months. I have really, really badly messed my game up. I've been playing Triple Eight Snap. I've been playing on iPoker. I've been playing on Sky. I just started playing back on the apps. I've been playing tournaments, and I've been playing without any consistency in terms of like my results, any consistency in terms of like my approach to the game. Basically, I just got myself really pretty badly messed up, and the fact I've been winning is testament to probably my game selection and luck as much as anything else, because I haven't consistently delivered my A game for quite a good while now, and yeah, it's all quite disappointing. I used to have like an A and a B and maybe a C game. Now I have probably an A through F game, and it's hard to distinguish between them sometimes, because sometimes I'm doing things that I think are good and then they're working, so then you really think they're good, but then you do the same things and they don't work and you think you're playing so fucking badly, and maybe you're not playing badly. It's just like all the new strategies and new styles of play, and then I'm trying to like mix up my frequencies, mix up my sizing, etc. I'm going to fold the king 10 suited here. It's really hard to distinguish for me, like when I'm playing well and when I'm not playing well. As if you can't distinguish when you're playing well and when you're not playing well, then you can't really assess how you're playing. You can't figure out what you're doing that's working well, what you're doing that's not working well, and then before you know it, you've really lost like a ton of confidence in yourself. You're like, what's going on? And that's where I feel I'm at with my game right now. It feels like I've added a lot of stuff to my game that it really wasn't necessary to add. Sorry for the vibrations, by the way. I thought I'd fix this issue, but I clearly fucking haven't. It's just a notification at the table. So I thought I'd like got my game to a point. I've lost my train of thought now, like a cunt. I thought I got my game to a point where it was improving significantly, and improving my understanding of what it means to try and like play a more like advanced style, if you will. And what's actually happened is I've just become a much worse player because of it, and I find myself talking bollocks to myself quite often during hands, like trying to do things that don't feel natural to me, and then just telling myself that don't worry about it, Reg. It'll all come. Fucking vibrations do my fucking nutting. Yeah, so apologies for the vibrations. I need to figure that one out again. And yeah, I've not enjoyed it as much, quite frankly. So that's led to me having a spell on the apps, playing all kinds of like weird and wonderful games, which has been a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong, it's been insanely swingy. I was like, my first 3 or 4 days on the apps, I was playing like Crazy Pineapple and stuff like that, and I was $500 up. And then all of a sudden I'm not $500 up anymore. I was playing some 6-card PLO last night. Again, a lot of fun. So yeah, it's just been like everything I've been doing been really swinging, really inconsistent, and it's about time I just got myself back to basics and fucking reset myself. We're getting to the time of year where online poker is going to start growing again. There's going to be more and more action everywhere as we get to like the darker nights coming, more people, more fish online, etc. And I don't want to be going into that period with my game in a fucking shit show of a mess where it's hard to know whether I'm going to win or lose like consistently because I'm just not playing particularly well. So yeah, we're gonna have a week or two of just playing like the bottom of my range buying wise, like 20-0, 40-0 on the apps, 20-0, 30-0 on Sky, and yeah, we're just gonna focus on just like trying to get back to basics a lot more, just playing like more solid poker in terms of like my game rather than what would be considered solid poker by the modern, the more newer breed of poker players. And yeah, I'm hopefully it's gonna do me some good. I don't think we want to. I mean, we've got 2 diamonds and 2 hearts. Makes me feel like I want to bluff, but that's like the new reg of like, well, I've got like hearts and diamonds. Is this a spot where we can bluff or should we bluff? And yeah, I'm just gonna play really basic style. Hopefully we can just start being a little bit more consistent in like what we're doing, and get better results because of it. I'm calling 2 spots here with this incredibly attractive draw. Hit me. That's hit me okay. Just going to keep betting. If we get raised, we're not going to be happy, but there's no way we're going to be folding our hand. Not too interested in the 9-5. If we're going to get raised here, I'd rather get raised by Agi than Trade Solver. Trade Solver looks like he might be a reg with his stack size. Agi looks like he can't be a reg with his stack size. Don't put another blue one up. That's nice. We like the ace coming. Hopefully it's given someone something they can call us with. I'm going to go massive. If we bet too big into too many players, it will look too obvious. So we're just going to go with like a just over half pot type sizing. Hopefully we'll get called in at least one spot. Really don't want to be raised. That would stink. Obviously if we get raised by Agi, we're going to have to call it off because he just hasn't got enough chips to make us fold. 3-bet the ace 10 suited. We do get the call and we get the win. Happy days. Happy days. 3-bet the ace 10 and we took it down. I know that this view isn't ideal for lots of people. I know Juiceberg said to me the other week privately that he found it hard to follow with skipping between screens. I'd try and manage that as best I can and try and focus when we're in interesting hands to try and stay at that table. It's just the nature of this software, I'm afraid. I was hoping to do some review videos, favourite hands, and then just review them so we can just look at them one at a time. Still hoping to do that. I did it for some of the mental games, but when I look back at them, some of the crazy pineapple and stuff like that, when I look back at them, they weren't particularly interesting hands. They were fun hands in terms of coolers that went our way and what have you, but they were interesting in terms of looking at them on a YouTube channel. But I do plan this week mostly playing on the apps because I think that's probably where the softer games are more consistently for me. But I will be putting some Sky in too. And then hopefully we'll be doing some review videos later in the week from wherever it is I've been playing. We see bet the Queen Jack with 2 overs and backdoors. We get a call. 3 pair in the turn is not ideal, but I think we're going to continue barreling because we can't really check fold, and I don't want to just check call here and lose our chance to win the pot a little bit. Ace on the river. Our Queen Jack's beating a lot of his draws. Is the issue here? Can we check call here? I think maybe we can consider it, given that 8-6, 10-8, Jack 10. Lots of hands have missed. Or is just taking it too far? Would this be a bridge too? It feels like we have like a decent bluff catcher here. You shouldn't have any ace-x. Shouldn't be value betting a 7 or a 9. Oh, 5-3. Okay. Well, didn't have any ace-x. And he didn't have a 7 or a 9. So I had that bit right. I mean, I don't hate that call. I mean, as badly as I've been playing lately, I don't hate that call. I don't hate it at all. Maybe you guys do. I think that's a reasonable call, given that he shouldn't have much ace-x at all, and he's unlikely to value bet a 9 or a 7. So when he does bet, he's kind of saying he's got trips or better or nothing. And it's hard to have trips on a 9-7-3 board. But he did have it. Right, we're not going to play heads up, so we're going to stand up next big blind and try and find a different table. Oh, and now someone's coming to join, so we're not going to stand up again, and hopefully this table will refill. A little set man with the 5s. Completely fucking miss. And then this table's fucked again. So we'll get rid of this table. Hopefully we'll find another one very quickly. Bet that 1/5 pot, he's got no money. You just take it, dude. Just fucking take it. This guy's jumped on me for fucking 20 bigs like a cunt. Another 20 biggers sat, so we're not going to bother battling 20 biggers. So this table's going to disappear. Hopefully we'll find another one very quickly. We're looking at any tables with just 5 players. Don't want to play any full ring. Let me just get on the wait list for that one, I guess. I guess we'll just join a wait list. Min raise, call. I'm going to squeeze the 8s and get them in if necessary. Wouldn't be loving getting them in against the open raiser. Wouldn't mind getting them in against the button flatter. But we take it down anyway. Could use that extra table right now, couldn't we? Bit of a quiet spell. Much for doing review videos, because you don't have these quiet spells in them. When you're doing a live play video, and you know, if you just have a 20-minute spell where you just get dealt 5 deuce off, 9-4 off, etc., it's really hard to keep the conversation flowing, if you will. But what I would recommend, if you are watching any YouTube video, especially like live play ones, just like up the speed settings. So like rather than like being bored watching it at normal speed, just up it to like 1.5, and then if there's something you really want to listen to, like carefully, then slow it back down again and listen to it, and then you get to skip a lot of the stuff where nothing much is happening and the person making the video, i.e. me, isn't saying anything particularly interesting, i.e. most of the fucking time. You can just skip through it, and then you're not there listening to like minutes and minutes, or if you're a regular viewer, hours and hours of like relatively dead air. I used to absorb all my training content like that back in the day when I was an avid training content viewer, like back on Deuce's Cracked, and not anymore really. I would watch them on like 1.5x speed, and then just like slow down for the bits that were like, right, I think I got that, I think I got that, I think I got that. Then anything that was like, oh, I just go back and listen to it at normal speed, and you can absorb a lot more content that way. Now, are you absorbing it in a really good way? Probably not, but you're absorbing more than you would normally absorb. I mean, I hear the criticism, I see it a lot, read it a lot, about people who like study by just watching a video, like recreationally almost, and then those people look down on. But that's probably how most of us do it, because it's probably how most of us only got the time to do it. Obviously, the best way to watch a video is to watch it carefully, watch it, rewatch it, take notes, etc. But, you know, we're playing fucking micro-stakes poker. We're not studying for a fucking degree. And recreational players, we want to play, we probably work. You know, we want to try and absorb some training content. You know, we just don't have time for fucking studying in the way that we need to study to like get like really good by 2021 standards. So then we're made to feel bad by like not studying properly and stuff when we're just recreational players. And I've certainly been guilty in the last 3 months of like taking. What the fuck is that now? Oh, it's an email. We're taking poker too seriously and like sucking a lot of the joy out of it. And if that's happening to me, it's for certain going to be happening to other people too. And so yeah, I'm going to absorb content when I want, how I want. I'm going to like discuss poker with people, not on too much of a high level. You see like a lot of these discussions in the Discords, and people are bringing up fucking 8 million charts and like trying to dig really, really deep into a spot, and it just fucking bores me silly. I'm like, you know, just I think I need to get back to taking more of like a broad stroke approach that I have taken for the last 14 years and done very well with. I've been trying to be too precise, but then not understanding how to be precise. So just fucking things up, basically. Ace King, that's a good hand, isn't it? So good, in fact, nobody wanted to play against it. Ace 4 is a less good hand. Jack 5 is a less good hand. 2-8 is a slightly better hand. We've got an open and a 3-bet, so we're just going to muck it. Going to muck the 8s there. We're going to raise the 4s there. The Ace Jack here, sorry, against the limper. I'm going to go to the whip with the 2 jacks. I'm out of position. We're going to make it 6x over the under the gun limper. Quickly get these 2 out of the way. Flop middle set on a pretty interesting board. I'm not going to go too small here. If he's got a king or he's got a diamond, he's probably calling any price. He clearly has neither, and he just folds, which is whatever. It's disappointing to flop a set and get no action, but can't give him free cards on a board like that. I mean, it's probably only going to get worse for us most of the time. We've been 3-bet and we've got kings. We will not go off this hand until it's finished, unless we get dealt a really premium hand somewhere. We'll just time out if needs be. There's the 4-bet. We'll just let the Jack 3 time out. We're not going to skip from it. And we get the fold, so never mind. A miserable collection of holdings. 855. Fucking hell, we're addicted to fives at the minute. 8554, Queen 553. Fuck off, all these. You can all fuck off. Give me something nicer. This guy gets the blue tag. I was about to give him the green tag, but he actually gets the blue tag. Queen 9 suited. There's a hand that we're going to be interested in putting some chips in with. Same with the ace 8, ace 9, ace 8, sorry. Muck the Queen 7. We took the Queen 9 down without a fight. Table looks like it might have gone a bit sour, but we'll stick with it. We've been 3-bet with the ace 8 suited. And we're going to fold that position. Queen 7 in the bane. 4 deuce suited, blind versus blind. We'll have a 20 raise. Wouldn't be at all surprised to get 3-bet. Looks like that table is looking pretty reggy now. Not opening the king jack under the gun. Flop a deuce. We're going to check call. Probably going to have to check call again on this card. I'm probably going to have to check fold this river. Yeah, it's disappointing. I'm tempted to get fruity and do something stupid. I'm just going to raise the 8s and we're just going to put him in. Blind versus blind when he's only got $5 or whatever. King 10. Just let it ride. We'll just run it, see who wins. Is it going to be us? Looking good. Happy days. More players at this table, playing against 2 regs, albeit probably not going to be experts. Isn't my idea of fun. But we'll stick at it, hopefully it'll fill up. I'm not going to complete the 4 deuce, even though it's tempting. Just tell us how long we've been recording for. I can never remember. Yes, it does, 24 minutes. Probably go for another 24, 25 minutes and then call it a day. Then I'll switch over to the iPad and continue the session. Because doing it on my phone with my chubby little fingers is always a chance of a fuck up. And that's without my current mediocre play fucking things up. wouldn't be fun getting squeezed here with a king jack. That would disappoint me. We haven't been squeezed. And we've flopped pretty well, haven't we? We just can't bet this because it's really hard for anyone to have anything given we've got the board completely locked up and we block every single fucking... Well, not every call, but quite a lot of different calls they could have. I think we just have to continue checking. It's really disappointing, but it's just really hard for our opponents to have very much. I mean, do we... I'm going to hope someone's going to go for a thin value bet or a bluff here. Nope, nobody does, and we just win the pot. I probably played that like an absolute cunt. Going to have a stab here with our backdoor nut flush draw. And 2 overcards. Do get called. Question is now, do we want to continue on this turn? Our equity hasn't improved. I think we just give up and try and hit a 10 or an ace. Do we want to bluff this 5 of hearts? We probably do. Time out with the king jack because I want to see what happens here. Don't want to spoil it for you guys watching. Flicking off it, you might not see whether it calls or not. We take it down. Beautiful. Very nice. Happy with that. Seemed like a pretty natural bluff once we have the nut blocker and he like uses like a half pot size or whatever it was he went with. Ace jack 3. We don't have a club. I think this is just a check back. Probably call the turn and then make a decision on the river. I think we can check back and then just fold second pair to 1 bet if we face one. I think we probably have to call this river now the ace is paired. Don't think we're going to be allowed to fold. Oh, bummer. He had an ace. What a shame. This table died. Yeah, wondered I haven't seen the action at that table for a while. We'll play the king jack suited before we try and get a new table up. You see a pot size open from a player who's almost certainly recreational due to his stack size. And we see a call. I don't think we want to squeeze his hand. Let's try and take a flop on the button. Flop a gut shot with the backdoor flush draw. We don't want to see any large bets here because that would be disappointing. Happy to see the 40-cent bet. Flat the ace jack, given the blue tag in the big blind. Bet and a call here. We're just going to kick off with a call to start with. Not a particularly exciting turn card. I'm going to float this 5 deuce deuce with the ace jack with the backdoor diamonds. 2 overcards. I think I might end up getting a bit spewy here and potentially thinking about raising the turn. And then muck the king jack. Yeah, this could be spewy. Don't need to go too big. This could be quite spewy. Hard to imagine he's got a deuce in his hand. When he calls the turn raise, there's not a chance he's folding the river. The guy just has an overpair and he's just not going to fold it. I think that's what's going on here. Really tempted to bluff though. But we might beat some diamond draws or something. We might have enough showdown value with that race jack. No, he just has 2 8s. Now, once a player calls a raise on the turn, it's very unlikely you're going to get them to fold rivers, in my opinion. I've tried that too often. It just doesn't fucking work. Maybe the turn raise was really quite spewy there. And maybe that's an example of like what I've been doing quite badly lately, which is like, oh, my opponent, it's hard for him to have any like nutted hands on this board, so therefore I'm going to raise him. But that doesn't seem to matter because people just fucking call anyway, even with stuff that isn't nutted. So perhaps that's a good example of like the mistakes I've been making lately. Defend the fives versus this 3-bet from someone who looks like they might be a regular. Yeah, he is. 3, 4, 7, decent flop with 2 5s. Going nowhere on the flop. I still don't want to fold. And again, this could be a good example of just where I'm playing quite badly lately, because kind of big part of me thinks he's just going to turn up with like a really strong hand here. A lot of the time, he's just going to have the overpairs and things. But like the 3, 4, 7 jack, not a brilliant board for 3-bet at the blinds. He comes again with the bet. I think we made a mistake. I think we just fold the turn. This is like a good example of what's been going on for me lately. He's just like, yeah, just like refusing to believe people when they're being aggressive, thinking along the lines of like how I've been trying to think. Like it's like continue to try and be aggressive, continue to try and attack capped ranges, etc. And that, yeah, as you can see, my game's pretty messed up at the minute. It's not in a good place. I'm just not. I'm being too sticky or too aggressive with pretty bad hands too often, and it's not good. I need to get out of this, whatever it is I've got myself into. Think I need to get myself out of it again, because it's microstakes poker. People just fucking have it. If they're like firing multiple barrels, once they get to turns and rivers, if people are still firing, they just fucking have it. But I've got it in my head lately that we can't fold this part of our, we can't do this, we can't do that, or we get to this point in the hand, and we need to find some bluffs, so we need to find some calls, etc. Yeah, just a bit. I'm not in a good place with my game at the moment, and we need to put that right. And I will. I've been here a million times where I've just been like not playing well, and then starting playing well again. So I've been here before. We'll be here again, no doubt, in the future. But yeah, I'm not happy with where my game is at the minute. And this short session, is a good example of that. The ace jack, we probably just not a raise on the turn, probably just pretty bad to raise the turn with the ace jack. The pocket five, probably not good to call that a game when he barrels on the jack. And then contemplating calling river when the ace hits. It's not good. It's not good at all. I didn't see this bloke had raised another one. is a nit. I'm going to call because of the guy in the big blind. But we're going to 3-bet nits under the gun open with the ace jack. We do flop an ace, so we're probably going to stick with this one. Take a stab when he checks to us. Hopefully get value from the guy in the big blind. Seems unlikely that under the gun opener has an ace if he's checked with the obvious fish in the big blind. And I hope not to get raised here when we make this bet. If we do get raised, we're going to have to muck it. And then if he does call, we're probably going to check back over. It's going to be hard to get 3 streets with ace jack here. He does just fold. Which is probably the outcome we were looking for. Maybe not. I don't know. And again, that's about where my confidence is at. Do I want to call here? Is this player to trade solver? Looks like he's a regular. Is he going to call with worse 2 streets when we bet multi-way? Probably not. So, should we be checking back that turn and then bluff catching rivers? Should we be betting the turn to like just deny equity to these like bits and pieces? I've got small bits and pieces of equity. I don't know. As I said, it should be blatantly obvious to you guys right now that I am not at the top of my game, and it is absolutely self-inflicted. Interested to see what this Echo calls with. Leaves 20 cents behind. Bottom pair. The games are good. We're not necessarily not having a good time because the game's got too tough for us. I think I've made the game too tough for myself. Call here, see if we can hit an interesting turn. We don't. Checks back though. When he checks back, he's either pot controlling or he's giving up. So he bets the river. I'm just going to give him credit for something that pot controlled the turn and then just he's going for value again. We've been 3-bet by the button, who we know is irregular. We have 2 jacks. We're certainly not going to fold them. I think 4-betting is maybe overplaying our hand a little. I think we'll probably have to check raise this flop. And then if he's just got a really big hand, then tough fuck for us. I mean, at this point, once we raise, if he's got the overpair, he's just got the overpair, and he's just going to get the rest of our money. He can raise too quick there. And it's too quick to raise. Could be a timing tell. Not a little bit too excited. Or, in fact, no, that's not true. Not too excited. Too just like wanting to see what's going to happen. Yeah, I don't like my timing there at all. By checking the queen with the 10 kicker. I just don't think he's been overly aggressive. I think we have to call one though. Again, probably acting too quickly. Turn the queen, which is interesting. Probably want to start betting, I guess. And we take it down. Do we want to isolate with this queen 10? So we've got someone who's showing us a rock who's limped under the gun. So that either means he's a reg that's trying a cheeky little trap, or he's a tight fish. Probably the former. Sorry, probably the latter. Way more likely he's a tight fish than a reg who's going for a limp raise. Going to make the deuces from middle position. 3-bet the ace queen, and then unless something interesting shows up in the, I guess, across the top of the screen, we'll stick with this. 5-3 we'll just time out with. I don't need to time out it now because we've taken it down. This is probably quite a bad table, I would imagine. Oh, this guy's a loose player. We know this guy. Oh no, he's not tight. Ah, fuck it. You only get limited tags on these apps, so don't really want to be tagging regulars if we can avoid it, because I'll get to know who they are anyway, because you just recognise the names day in, day out. I'm going to try and save my tags for the players who are maybe sometimes short stacked but playing badly. So then if I ever see them at a table and they've got a bigger stack, I just don't automatically assume they're regular. With the ace deuce, I think we're going to play the c-bet with our backdoor, lots of stuff. Take it down immediately. Yeah, there's the 45 minutes though, so unless something interesting pops up while I'm doing the closing speech, then we're going to call it a day for the video. Don't forget to go and watch Juicenberg tonight. He really is an entertaining streamer. Yeah, just go and watch him. I promise you, you won't regret it. If you're not aware of him, you're not familiar with him, follow the link and go and watch him. You really will enjoy it. 7 p.m. UK time. God knows what that is around the world. But yeah, do go and watch him. You will really... You'll enjoy the performance, shall we say. And yeah, if you've seen these games, I'm not acting as an agent in these games this time around. I'm acting purely as a player. But if you do want to get into these games, there's a few clubs. We just played in the one club today, but there are several clubs. If you do want to get into these games, let me know. Get in touch with me, and I'll put you in touch with the agent. There will be a small kickback in it for me, of course, but nothing major. I'm not going to be getting rich from doing this. And I am coming at it purely from just like being a player rather than an agent. So yeah, that's why the videos aren't being spammy. But yeah, if you do want to play them, give us a shout and I'll get you hooked up. But yeah, we're going to leave it there for now. Probably going to try and do a few of these this week while I just try and organise my thoughts. So keep your eyes open. They're probably going to be videos dropping most late afternoons, early evenings. Probably mostly of these games, but hopefully there'll be some review videos later, so we're not doing these live sweats. But yeah, we'll leave it there for now. Have a great week, everybody. Be lucky if you're playing. Be lucky if you're not playing, I guess. Just be lucky in life. And we'll catch up with you all really soon. Bye for now.